There you go. Now it should be counting. Is it counting down?
Yes, you're on 4.
Alright. Hello, Tim. If you're watching this video, then it's already happened. The world has ended, and I am far dead. Just kidding.
Don't say
they
that.
They do that in the movies.
Mm.
Are you ready? Are you still going? Okay. We're just gonna go through staining up one of these finish boards. The first step is sanding with a block of 180. You'll have to switch this paper out every once in a while, but sanding the edges of both the bevels. So yeah, if you want to get it close up, you know, this one's pretty good, but I just go through the whole thing. Sometimes I'll rock it up like this to do the flat part of the edge. Here.
How much pressure do you put on there?
It just depends on how much you have to do. Probably it's just light pressure. Some areas get hairy, so you have to do them a little bit more. And then I do the other side of the bevel also. Bring it back down the other way.
You're not lifting that up as much as you did on the other one.
No. Just keeping it pretty flat. No, not rocking it up. Sometimes I'll shift the block up like this a little bit to get the flat side of that down into it if you need to. So yeah, you can see if you get a close up here, this is a little bit hairy on this end, so you just have to work it a little bit more to get it straightened out, get it smoothed over. So the next thing is sanding the face of the board, and what I've been noticing is on both the ends there are usually marks on the far ends. So I'll just look at any surface imperfections, so you can see a little bit of denting here from where the boards were strapped. There's something going on down here that we have to get out. So you just look along the whole board and look at any spots. So
For example, there's this thing the whole way down here.
Yeah.
It's
On
like
the other
black
end, there's
or
that.
something. And
That's just a knot. That's a knot. You don't get that out. That's fine. But all right, I'm gonna do the whole board. So if you
it's funny
back,
because from a certain angle, there's a thing right here, too.
Yeah.
But that's probably only.
Well, you look down. You'll probably get that out when you sand the face. So go back down there, and just do a wide shot. And I'm just using the same grit. It's the 180.
Is it the same amount of pressure or a little bit more pressure?
It just depends on the mark. You can put more pressure. You have to watch that you're not putting extra marks with the sandpaper itself. But there's a little dent here that I'm getting out. Sometimes I'll do like an X pattern over it to get it out. There's a rough spot right here. rough spot.
Yeah, some of those take a while to get out. But you also don't want it denting down, you told me, either too much, right?
Yeah. And just go over the whole board itself. Sometimes pretty lightly, you know, you can move pretty quick through areas that are good. There's a marker here. Sometimes there's glue on the end for some reason. I don't know what that's from, but you can sand it right off. And sometimes there are chatter marks you'll see in these boards. When you start to sand them, they'll come out. Sometimes it's okay to leave a little bit so that you don't notice them, but sometimes you can sand them out.
Everybody knows what a chatter mark is?
Yeah, so blades. It looks like a bunch of lines going across the face of the board.
From the saw?
Yeah. So that should be ready. Next thing I do is just dust it off a little bit. And then I'll get the mineral spirits going. Now with this, I've just been doing 1, 2, like that into the rag. So just 2 quick turns with the mineral spirits. And then I'll start in the middle of the board and I'll wipe a little bit this way pretty lightly. And I'll wipe a little bit this way. And then I'll start to work it into the face and then onto the tongue and onto the other bevel. Oh, I didn't do the tack cloth. Yeah, usually before that I do the tack cloth.
So when you finish sanding, you tack cloth and then the spirits.
Yeah. That's for this one. So once I get that saturated enough, I'll wait 1 minute before you put on the roll on the stuff here.
Do you want me to keep it rolling?
Yeah. Just keep it going. We'll just do a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna put it, wipe this down more.
Why are you wiping it more?
Just because that took a little bit longer than 1 minute.
So you're sort of refreshing the
Yeah.
mineral
this
oil
isn't-
coat.
Yeah, this isn't like how I would normally do it, but that just took longer than usual. I might just redo that a little bit at this point. But usually it's just you go straight from, the mineral spirits, you wait 1 minute and then you put the paint on. Since it's dried too much. So I'll just put dabs of the paint all the way through. I'll start rolling it on the face, and I'll turn a little bit and do the edge here. And then I'll come back on this side and do the tongue edge.
And do you have to be careful not to get it around onto the other face of the board, or
Not really.
it's not necessary?
You won't get it onto the other side. It really doesn't happen.
Okay. Because I'm just noticing a little like drippy thing
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
fine.
Okay.
It's really fine.
And even some spots has a little bit
And
more than others.
If you back out, you just back out, get further away so you can see the whole thing. Because then I run like this all the way down the board. So I make it even.
So you do
That
that.
makes everything pretty wet again, consistently. Like that. I hit any spots that I got to.
And you do that about how many times?
As many times as I just did right there. I don't know
Okay.
exactly. And then before you wipe, you want to see which way the grain is running. So you go with it. I think it's going that way. Alright, so we waited. Now, what I've been doing first is I've been wiping the both the bevel edges, and I'll take a rag just like this, and I'll use my 2-pointer fingers and put them down like this. So I'll put them right in there, and then that's perfectly, I'll put one finger on one bevel, one finger on the other bevel. I'll take the rag and I'll stretch it out pretty good, put my fingers down and pull all the way down the board to the end. So I just did both the bevels, so they should be set. Now the next thing that I do is same thing, basically with the sides of your fingers here. I stretch out the cloth, and maybe I'll bunch it up a little bit, and with tension on it, I'll pull apart and I'll pull down the board consistently. They'll be streaking. So the next one that I do is I'll take the rag and with my hand I'll wipe across the face of the board so it gets any sort of middle build up. There's still some streaking, so I'll take the rag again. Take the rag again. Well, like this, and I'll wipe down it. Now I'll just look it over for more streaks. And if there's something I don't like, I'll look at it and I'll get it out. You can take off more than you think because it'll dry a lot darker. So that's pretty good there. Maybe there's a little spot there. I got.
And it's still okay to have more that you can see.
Yeah, that's fine in the edge.
Edges.
That's
there.
fine because that gets covered up.
Okay.
So that board is done. And we'll just leave it here until morning. So that's done. You just get another one and do the same thing over again. Alright.